So in case you missed it, the guy on the right, 19-year-old Hans Niemann, is suing the guy on the left, 32-year-old world champion Magnus Carlsen, for $100 million. Now this was announced October 20th, and since then we haven't heard a whole lot until now. So on December 2nd, the headlines started to break that lawyers for world champion Magnus Carlsen and Chess.com have hit back, moving to dismiss Niemann's lawsuit and even requesting that Niemann cover all the legal costs. Now both motions were filed on the same day and assert basically the same thing, that Niemann's allegations of defamation and commercial conspiracy failed on multiple grounds, most notably because they say he never demonstrated an instance of legally actionable defamation or evidence of conspiracy. The Chess.com lawyers said in the filing, it is so plainly without merit that it could have been brought only as a public relations stunt. And now for the juicy part. Let's actually unpack two of the most critical questions in this case. So to start with here, is there any evidence of intentional and conscious lying on the part of the defendants? Well, Carlsen's lawyers argue that his withdrawal from the Sinkfield Cup and later resignation in an online game can't be considered as slanderous or libelous because these are actions and not verbal statements. They also say that Carlsen talking to the tournament director at the Sinkfield Cup about boosting security before his withdrawal is protected by qualified privilege and cannot be libelous, as both Carlsen and the tournament director were involved and had a direct interest in cheat detection there. And then they further argue that all of the allegedly defamatory or slanderous statements can be shown as Carlsen's opinion and therefore protected speech under US law when talking about a fellow public figure. Carlsen's lawyers wrote, as a public figure, Niemann must allege either that Carlsen knew the statements he allegedly made were false or was reckless about whether they were true. Niemann's own allegations show he cannot meet this high bar. Instead, they argue that the defendants were voicing their sincerely held opinions based on computer analysis, personal impressions, or known history. And the second key question in all of this is there any intentional conspiracy or causation? Well, the motions to dismiss argue that Niemann has brought zero evidence to show conspiracy between the parties, neither to defame nor to boycott or blacklist from the chess world. They say the only evidence is the known commercial ties, because Chess.com has recently acquired the Play Magnus Group, a deal worth just over $80 million. Chess.com's lawyers have said that the decision to ban Niemann from playing on their site and withdraw tournament invitations was based solely on his actions and not on the comments made by Carlsen. So what comes next? Well, Niemann's lawyers now have a chance to respond to this motion to dismiss. Then the defendant's lawyers can respond to Niemann's lawyers after that, and from the things I've read, the direction this is most likely heading in is that it will go to a court hearing where they'll then decide whether or not this should go to trial. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Do let me know your thoughts down below. And if you want to check out my videos on where this whole thing started, then do see the playlist on screen, and don't forget to subscribe to never miss a future video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.